Huh. Alright, so for those of you who don't know, my name's Adrian. Today, we're going to be reacting to the Apothecary Diaries. I would say season 1, but is there more seasons? I don't know. At least not right now because it didn't just come out. But it technically came out last season. You know what? I'm great at intros. Just don't stop me now. Anyways, it's a newish anime. Came out a couple months ago, I think. And there's one season out right now. So, first episode. Already out of my drink. This is fantastic. Anyways, same old first episode. Full-length reaction will be on Patreon, of course. And without further ado, let's get straight on to it. Mixed with original content, as always. Alright, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and go. We're already getting a skip intro. It's the first episode. Ah, flowers. Shakira? You know what kind of confuses me? This intro is only like focused on like 2 characters. I guess one other character. I'm so used to like other animes focusing on multiple characters in the intro.
Maomao.
Ooh, players. Maomao?
Sure, Dad. I'll get right on it.
They're saying abductions are on the rise.
I know. I'll stop by the herb plot, too.
Thank you.
Abductions?
Don't be long.
She's getting abducted. Ooh, that's cool. What a lovely place to get abducted at. Oh, don't trust them.
No gawking before paying!
No gawking before paying.
What?
Have you been wounding yourself again?
Well, yeah. Huh?
You're so thin. Are you eating?
Feels to me like you're well-nourished enough for the both of us.
Maomao!
Your medicines, they're on the counter, Granny! You have got to be kidding me.
It seems very lighthearted for an abduction.
It's a healthy baby boy.
She better not die.
Thankfully, the prince was born without issue.
I see. Wonderful.
Knock on wood. Okay, two at the same time?
Hopefully Dad's still eating properly without me around. I'm not sure if I was sold off a ransom. Turns out palaces and brothels aren't that different. Given the choice, I'd take Verdigrease's house over the rear palace any day. The rear palace is a garden of women cultivated to grow the Emperor's seed. Men are strictly forbidden from entering. The only people permitted access to this inner
Seed.
kin and, of course, eunuchs. Males who've lost a pretty important part of their anatomy and trusted to keep the peace.
Their heart.
Unlike the high, mid, or low-ranking concubines, we serving girls are considered expendable and can lose our lives for the most trivial of infractions.
Was this a common thing back in the day? Sounds outrageous, but they had to come up with this somehow.
Illiteracy is not all that uncommon among the servants. In order to work in the rear palace, they're taught the bare essentials of etiquette. You could well become a concubine if you have...
Well endowed. Oh, yeah. Okay.
If I work hard, I'll be home free in 2 years.
Is that what they said, or is that what you're guessing?
I really need a drink.
Hey, did you hear?
Huh?
They say a beautiful new eunuch's been posted to the central courtyard. I mean, nothing wrong with a little looky-look to check the goods. Am I right, Maomao?
A little
Handsome
looky look to
eunuch,
check the
huh?
goods. Hey, are you the eunuch? The new one? That's not good.
Poor Shaoling.
It's happening to both of them?
Sincerest apologies.
You don't think this cursed stuff is real, do you? The entire palace is buzzing with rumors of hexes and dark sorceries. Because
see
of all
that.
the heirs that have been dying in the rear palace. Each one of the Emperor's previous 3 children grew frail and died not long after they were born. Doesn't that seem a little weird?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, since the Emperor didn't yet have one, that makes Lady Lihua mother of the heir Empress consort!
There's a lot of just words just going around.
Lady Lihua's sick also?
Yeah, mother and child both had the same thing. Stomach and headaches, apparently with pretty bad nausea in the mix as well.
The chicken pox.
So headache.
Maybe someone is someone poisoning.
Poison would fit with the whole power struggle thing. It wouldn't hurt to take a little bitty peek, would it?
Oh gosh, your curiousness is gonna get you caught up in all this.
Talk about opulence. Ladies of high ranking like their pillars smeared redder than red,
The
and their
frick is
roof tiles yellowed
opulence?
enough to make the sun jealous.
You're the cause of this! Lady Kyokyo! If you don't believe me, you're welcome to examine my daughter yourself!
That bumbling old eunuch in the middle is the palace physician? That quack's a bill short of a duck.
What a phrase.
How do I clue them in? If only I could find something to write with.
The freak did she go? That didn't help.
It was
Hey.
barely a month before the sorry news spread around the palace. The infant prince had finally succumbed.
Ah, darn. Can't do anything to fix it.
I returned to find that note on my windowsill. It was tied to this flower.
What did it say?
The child is in danger. The white face powder is poison. Ignorance is truly a sin.
Who was it that sent this?
I'd like for you to uncover that very thing.
Because she read the note, she was able to save the daughter. But the other one didn't read the note before he
Back, I do recall.
kind of passed away.
I'd be happy to. Until then, would you mind if I hung on to this?
Thank you, Gojo.
And how's Lady Lihua doing?
Probably horribly.
I know anything about that?
Your trivia
Because-
is oddly selective.
Yeah.
Finally, there you are. You need to report in with the matron of the serving women immediately.
That food looks so good.
Getting summoned by high officials is never good. Could this be punitive?
Stop using big words, please. It's very odd. Your skirt is the only one that's sewn.
I am Jinshi, the manager of the rear palace.
Oh, he's a manager.
Grade A quality genes and no way of proliferating them.
Interesting way to put it.
Huh? You with the freckles stay here?
Because he knows she's the only one that could read it.
You may return to your rooms.
That's funny.
What was that about?
I've really gotta go!
Now, miss. Didn't you read?
How did this guy even find me out? I made absolutely certain nobody saw me leave those notes.
Come in. Sorry to drag you all the way up here. For saving the life of my precious Ling Li, I am in your debt.
Forgive my impudence, but maybe you have the wrong person? Perhaps there's been a misunderstanding.
Laurent, you just used the word impudence.
Are you aware that this particular fabric is used in the serving girl's clothing?
Oh.
Well, I suppose it does look familiar.
Yes.
Oh, that's why her dress was sewn.
I placed it there that day
Got
because
dark.
I deduced the cause of the illness. It was the white makeup powder. There were many courtesans who used the same high-end powder to lighten their skin. It poisoned them slowly. They traded the fullness of their lives for a fleeting moment of beauty and lost everything in the bargain. Before this, I was an apothecary. I'm familiar with poisons.
It was used by the baby's nurse as daily ritual. She claimed it had a better whitening effect compared to similar popular cosmetics.
Oh, so kill the nurse. So
Ignorance is truly a sin.
you don't use
As
it
a
then.
mother, I should have paid more attention to
'Cause
what
then
my
you weren't
child
sick.
was eating. After I saw the message, I went to tell concubine Li Hua of its troubling contents.
But she wouldn't have it.
Now that you know the truth, what do you intend to do with me?
Give you a raise? You don't get paid though.
Well, starting today, you're going to be my new lady-in-waiting.
The freak does that mean?
And so, Maomao became a lady-in-waiting of concubine Gyokyo, the
Which-
emperor's most cherished love.
Why are we in a war zone now? He's dead. He
Poison!
poison. She's just gonna come and cure everyone's illness. I like to think I say this in every beginning reaction, in which I'm very I'm slow when it comes to figuring out what the whole storyline is in the first episode, Though after like the second, third episode, I'm pretty well versed. Though names usually evade me. This one though is going to be quite difficult because you have names like, oh gosh, I'm going to mess it all up. I don't have the pronunciations. I just have the words. Jinshi, Maomao, Lihua, freaking Gyokyu. Goodness gracious. What? Actually, you know what? What's the name?
Concubine Gyokyo, the
Gyokyo. Am I going to remember how to say Gyokyo? Absolutely not. So it's almost the same premise as, oh gosh, what is it? Snow White with red hair? In which basically they had a very smart job at the beginning, but something led them to be a part of the royal palace or whatever as a servant or an underling, and then their smartness and curiosity got them to where they are now. So basically, Maomao is a part of the rear palace, which it feels weird to even like say it, but basically the rear palace is for women who are going to give birth to the emperor's babies. And because Maomao, because she's not well endowed, she's just one of the servant people that does things. That is until Liwa and then her son and then the other girl's daughter becomes sick. And everyone's saying, oh, it's the curse, but Maomao knows that it is due to the face powder. So she tries to get a warning to both the women. Though she sees this and completely throws it out. She has no curiosity to find out what this is, in which it causes her son to pass away. But Gyokyo, who was curious enough to see what the letter said, read the letter, tried to warn the other girl, but the other girl wasn't having it. So she did not let her daughter around the powder anymore. And I think in all these scenarios, it shows off the characters of both these concubine women, and it's making us like Gyoko a lot more than the other girl, because Gyoko was a lot more willing to read the note, a lot more willing to follow the note's instruction, even though it seemed like an outsider that you shouldn't trust. And she was even willing to tell the other woman about the powder, which is crazy when you think about it, because if the other woman knew about it and stopped her son from having it, then they would be the legitimate heirs because of how important like a prince is. So Gyoko was more than willing to give up her chance of being like by the emperor's side to make sure this prince is like healthy. So I mean, this whole scenario shows like a lot of character for Gyoko. And now I'm wondering like what exactly this end is going to be. Like is this next episode they're just going to go out into the battlefield? That wouldn't make any sense because she just became the right hand of the lady in waiting for Gyoko. So how is she just going to end up in a battlefield? But that was my reaction to the Apothecary Diaries episode 1. If you like my reaction, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys want me to know anything more, put a comment section down below. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.